What is going on, y'all? Fat Man Weez here, back again, finally again, for another Pokemon Crystal Randomized Nuzlocke. Now, it has been, once again, a while since my last video, and I gave all my apologies in my most recent update video, kind of explained why, and another side note to that, which I kind of mentioned in the update video, but I've also been playing Cold War a lot. I've been a massive Zombies fan ever since World at War, and Zombies in Cold War has been absolutely amazing, but I'm not going to talk about that too much because that's not why we're here today. Today, we are here to continue playing this Nuzlocke. Now, because it's been a while, let's do a team recap for both me and you. So first up, we got Prince the Croconaw, known Scratch, Leer, Rage, and Water Gun, holding Miracle Berry. Next up, we got Dallas the Ponyta with the Charcoal, or holding the Charcoal with Tackle, Growl, Tail Whip, and Ember. Up next, we got Turkey Bird the Pidgeot, not holding a damn thing, with Gust, Sand Attack, Tackle, and Quick Attack. And then Thumper the Steelix with the Mint Berry, with Cut, Screech, Bind, and Rock Throw. And then we got Bianca, the Quagsire, with Bright Powder, Water Gun, Tail Whip, and Slam. And finally, we got Genghis, the Kangas, with Berry Juice, holding a Berry Juice, with Comet Punch, Leer, Bite, and Stun Spore. Now, let's go ahead and get up on in this. Last time we played, we were making our way through Ilex Forest. And today we're going to continue making our way through Ilex Forest. But while we're doing that, and while we're roaming around, nice and elegant, I have a slight little story to tell. So, I was debating doing this on one of my Fat Man Rants videos. I don't know if you saw it, but I actually did post my first 2 Fat Man Rants videos. I think I already talked to this guy, actually. I did that in the last episode. So I'm not going to waste my time. I'm glad I remembered. But, I'm going to briefly discuss something that's been happening to me over these past couple days. And I will probably elaborate more on it in a future Fat Man Rants videos, just because I enjoy making those videos. It's a good way for me to get things off my chest. And as well, for some people, they're entertaining. So, if you haven't checked those out, the last 2 I've posted kind of are continuations from my, the only trainer in Ilex Forest. Continuations from my update video. I talk about Sudden Link. I'm not going to elaborate on it because, once again, if you're actually interested, you can just go watch the videos. But today, I'm going to actually talk about management. And I'm not going to talk about it too much, just because, like I said, I will elaborate more in a future video. But for now, let's talk about management. So for those that don't know, and I will elaborate on this again in the video, I'm a young guy. I haven't exactly been around the block too many times, so to speak. But I've had about 3 years worth of management experience working at my old job, which was a Jimmy John's. One of my old jobs, which was a Jimmy John's. And I was a manager there for about 3 years. And I am also less than a semester out from finishing up my bachelor's in hospitality management. So once again, I don't know everything, and compared to others, I certainly haven't had that much of experience. But I like to think for someone that talks about management like me, I know a thing or two about it. Well, currently, and today was one of those situations, I got in an argument with my manager because I come in, because I'm usually night shift because no one else wants to close. And my manager, along with most of the other people that work with her, which are the morning shift people, they have this mindset of, we have a lot on our plate in the morning. However, anything that we don't finish is okay because it becomes nighttime's problem. And anyone that has worked a part-time job, retail, mostly retail this applies to, but can apply to other jobs, we've all probably experienced this. Either we've been on the side of the first crew that it's like, oh yeah, I love working morning shifts. It's so lax because if you don't get something done, fucking well. And then at the same time, if you're used to working night crew, full and well the feeling of coming in already knowing you're going to be pressed for time, and you come into your manager or whoever saying, yeah, and before you start on your normal stuff, I need you to do all this shit. So, but anyway, I came in today, and it had looked like morning shift had not done a damn thing. A damn thing. And they had 5 people here this morning, and they had not done anything. And I said, oh, great. Oh, future sight. Not bad. I said, oh, great. More stuff for me to do. Hell yeah. So, I'm working on it. I'm trying to get us caught up to a point to where we are technically now in night shift, because we got to finish up all the morning shift stuff first. And my manager's still there. And she's walking. And I mean walking. And she's walking around some more. She sits on her phone for about 15 minutes. She walks around a little more. She then proceeds to tell me of all the things I need to do, and I just kind of look at her. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm already working on it. And she's like, all right, just it needs to be done. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why I'm working on it. And so then she goes back to walking around. She goes and fills the floor a little bit. I'll explain what I mean by that. I work at a deli, mind you. Not going to specify which one, but I work at a deli. And she just kind of looks at me while she's filling the floor. And she's like, oh yeah, Brandon, I need you to bake cookies. We didn't bake cookies this morning. As I'm putting cookies on the tray. And I just look at her and say, yeah, I noticed. Don't worry, I'm doing it. She said, okay, fine. She then comes back and she's like, oh, and also there's also a truck in the back I need you to get before tonight. And I'm like, oh, great. I'll do my best. And so then like 10 minutes later, a customer comes up. That was obviously a friend of hers because she came and called out to her by name. You know, waved her over. And she went out and they stood there and talked for 35 minutes. 35 minutes. Now, keep in mind, I should also say this. My manager was supposed to have left an hour and a half ago. And in the hour and a half that she's been here, she has spent 20 minutes on the phone. About 15 minutes just kind of walking around looking at stuff. I'm sure she was thinking, but of what she was thinking about, I don't know. And then about 35 minutes talking to a customer. So that's 35 plus 15 plus 10. That's about an hour. She spent about an hour accomplishing nothing. Keeping in mind, there is a lot to do. Now, also keeping in mind, she had already mentioned to me that I needed to get a truck. I told her I'd get to it later because, well, I had a lot to do because her and her shift hadn't finished enough. So she ends up disappearing, which is not uncommon for her. She says she's doing administrative work, and I'm sure she is to an extent in her own way. But she finally comes back, and she comes back with a cart, just like a little shopping cart, of like 4 boxes of stuff, right? And what these things are is they are bread that I was going to need later that night to put out on the floor. That I had asked her, did we have? And she said, yes, we do. I said, okay, I will go get them. You know, once I got done doing the things that needed to be done now, aka first shift stuff. Well, she disappears and she comes back with those 4 things. And she starts pitching a fit. And I don't mean like she's, you know, giving us realistic criticisms. I mean she's pitching a fit like a baby. Like she comes in and she's like, y'all, I should not be having to do this. And I look at her, I say, do what? And she's like, I should not be having to get this truck. And I'm like, and you don't have to. I told you I'd get it later. And she's like, well, we need this now. I'm like, why do we need it now? Is there a hole on the floor? And she says, well, it's getting low. I'm like, yeah, but there's still product on the floor. What we need is we need to get these cookies and things in the oven. I told you I was going to get that later. And she was like, Brandon, you're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm a manager. I should not be having to do this job. This ain't my job. And I looked at her, I was like, Michelle, it is absolutely your job. This is your deli. Oh shit, I gave her her name. I'm probably going to bleep that out just because I don't want to get that out there. Granted, you don't know her last name and neither do I, but that aside, I say, you know, Miss Manager, it absolutely is your job. You're supposed to be our leader. And she's like, Store manager told me that all I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to manage you guys to make sure y'all do what y'all need to do. And I said, well, with all due respect, ma'am, that's not going to work. Because we only get 200 hours a week to do everything we need to do. And you account for 40 of those hours. That's 20%. For those that aren't that keen at math. That's 20%. And while that doesn't sound like a whole lot, that's 20% of our weekly hours on one person, our manager. And that one person has the idea in her mind that she is not supposed to do anything. Her words exactly. It is not her job to slice for customers. It is not her job to package up cookies. It is not her job to box up cookies. It's not her job to get the truck. It's not her. Her job is to schedule, which she barely does that. I'm going to go ahead and say she always messes up the schedule every single week. It's her job to manage everyone, which her idea of management is to look at everyone and say, hey, that stuff you already know you're supposed to do, I need you to do that. And then she walks away. And it's also her job, because this is her favorite thing to do, is to write up anybody and everything. Fuck! Fuck! No! Oh! Oh! Look, I'm not even going to act like, I wasn't paying attention. I was paying full attention. I was paying full attention to this battle, and I just completely forgot that Pineco starts out with stuff. Fuck! Oh, I loved Prince so much. Fuck you, Mallory. You bitch. Oh, I'm so sorry, my friend. You know who you are, and I know you're crying, and I'm sorry. Oh, I gotta be careful. Okay, I'm gonna do this, and then this, and then, okay, this is our encounter. I was gonna try to get the goldenrod, but our encounter is a muck. That's cool, but Prince, no. Okay, alright, move on. Oh, and that does suck. Like, over-exaggeration aside, that really sucks. Because Feraligatr would have been a beast to have in this game. And I'm very sad. Oh, okay. 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 That's okay. I'm okay with a muck. I like muck. Come here, muck. Now let's hope I can catch it before it dies to burn. That'd be nice. Because I'd hate to lose an encounter right after I lost a Pokemon. Damn it. But, continuing with my story. You know, here I am standing with my manager telling me ad nauseum that it is her actual belief, and not just her belief, her duty. This is her responsibility, is specifically to not work. And she says 3 times, mind you, through this conversation, she says, now I'm not afraid to work. I work harder than... Aw, damn, we don't get muck. That sucks. But keep in mind, this entire conversation we're having to where she's, you know, repeating that she's not afraid to work and she's the hardest worker we have, she's complaining about having to work. And not just having to work, but she's complaining about having to do something that she didn't have to do. She had already told me to do it. I already told her, yes, ma'am, I will. And then she went back and she didn't even do it. I also want to specify, she didn't get the truck, right? She got... Where the fuck did you get that? Sorry, my dog's in here with me because it's just me and him at the house right now. And somewhere he found a fucking leaf and he was eating the whole thing. But, you know, the truck is about, the truck tonight after I got it was about 85 boxes. Okay? So she grabbed 3 out of the 85 boxes. Keep in mind, off of her own accord, and then bitched about having to do it. And real quick, just because I am sad, we're going to have a moment of silence for my boy Prince. Alright. Alright, now we got to find a replacement. We got a bunch of good water types. 2 Poliwraths, we got Cloyster, we got Hip! I just add Hip back. Because he's such a... I don't know if I want to add Hip. I kind of want to use a Kimbo. I like Kimbo. You know what? We're going to leave that party open, that space open for now. Because we actually have an egg we can go back and get. And this egg has a... Now, I don't know what ROM this is. Obviously, it's the English one. But, I know in the original Japanese Crystal, the Japanese version of Crystal. Oh, I said this is a ROM. It is not. I lied. This is my game. I do have Pokemon Crystal. I have my original Pokemon Crystal. It's my pride and joy. That aside, though, in the original Japanese version, this egg that you get from the daycare people actually has a 50% chance of being shiny. And I know in the randomizer, those odds do carry over. Do you know about eggs? I was raising Pokemon with my wife. You see, we were shocked to find an egg. How incredible is that? Wow, what, you know, like this... That was fun. Then fine, this is yours to keep. Alright, I got a weird-ass egg. I found that when I was caring for someone's Pokemon before. But the trainer didn't want the egg, so I kept it around. Look at this egg. Look at that odd egg. It's a weird-ass egg. But yeah, that's the short story of how my day has been. I have a stress headache from hell because my blood pressure has been so fucking high all day just because I am literally doing everything that this deli that's required to be done in this deli. And then I have my manager who comes up, does 1% of my job that I told her I would do, and then bitches to me about having to do everything in this deli. Also, after she had spent easily an hour and a half not doing shit. So, like I said, look forward to more very opinionated videos on that subject matter, because I have stories, and I mean stories, of this deli manager. Because before she was a deli manager, she was actually just an associate. And she loves drama. I mean, loves it. I mean, I have watched her tell bald-faced lies on everyone in that deli to try to stir bullshit. In fact, when I first started working there, I actually still am, I'm the only dude in that deli. And because of that, I was the only one that there was no drama or talk between me or anyone else. I was there to do my job, and I got along with everyone else. Now, that's not to say, you know, women, ladies are always stirring drama, but that was actually that was my classification. I was drama-free Brandon, because I was the only dude in the deli, and I was the only person in the deli that didn't have any drama surrounded him. And because of that, where'd you get another leaf, dog? Damn! But, because of that, I got targeted by Michelle, because she was like, oh, that's not going to slide with me. Oh, I said her name again. God damn it. I'm really going to have to edit this fucking video. Can you not eat everything, you bastard? But she targeted me, essentially, and started lying to other employees to try to stir drama between me and them. And it worked. I mean, I was able to quash it real quick. But she still fucking tried. And in a way, she succeeded. You know. But at any rate, we've made some okay progress. Some very sad progress. Let me talk to her, because she's important. Now, I don't know if this will be the same, because I did randomize items. But her as a phone contact, sometimes she will call you and tell you that she found an item in her travels, or walking around, and she will, damn it dog, now what do you have? Where the fuck did you get this? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I walked past Pokemon Center. This dog's just finding all sorts of shit in this room. But, yes, I love you too. But I don't even remember where I was going. Anyway, this is the end of the video. I will see you guys in the next video, which I promise, cross my heart and hope to die, that will not be in 2 weeks. That will be like 2 days from now. So, bye guys, and I'll see y'all next time.